Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first pre-event of the Startup World Cup. This international competition is taking place the first time ever in Austria. I'm Laura, the Managing Director of the Austrian Angel Investors Association, and we are the main organizers of this event series. But to create this, we also teamed up with Austrian startups who are supporting our mission. The Startup World Cup is originally initiated by Pegasus Tech Ventures, a Silicon Valley VC, and it takes place in over 70 countries in the world. And since this year, we are one of them. And I'm also more than happy to introduce you to Noah. He's part of the Startup World Cup team, and he will explain you what the Startup World Cup is all about and why they have created such a big event series all over the world.
Hello, and welcome to the pre-event for Startup World Cup Austria. Startup World Cup is a platform powered by Pegasus Tech Ventures, which is a global venture capital fund based out of Silicon Valley. We've made over 180 investments to date, including some popular ones like SoFi, 23andMe, and SpaceX. Startup World Cup is the largest global pitch competition with over 70 different regional events across the world. We are so excited to be taking part in the Austrian ecosystem and be bringing Startup World Cup to Austria. Thank you all so much, and let the games begin.
Thank you, Noah. It's really great to partner up with Pegasus Tech Ventures and also the Startup World Cup team to create this event. And yeah, you might wonder why we wanted to bring this Startup World Cup to Austria. Well, I think it's really important, especially now in hopefully the last few months of the digital age, to give Austrian startups the visibility and also to have the opportunity to meet investors online. Because I think it was never harder, and I think that's also why we get in and why we want to create also the Startup World Cup now. And yeah, hopefully there will be the one or another startup also finding a suitable investor out of this event series. And yeah, we also decided to not just focus on Vienna. We wanted to engage all different federal states of Austria. So that's also why we created 3 pre-events, and with always 3 federal states, and starting today with Tyrol, Vorarlberg and Upper Austria. Next week and 2 weeks after, the second and the third pre-event will also follow. And yeah, we got supported also. We also get support for this great mission by the Federal Ministry for Digital and Economic Affairs, and our dear Minister Margarete Schramberg will also officially welcome you.
I'm happy that you guys will start off the competition. As you may know, I'm from Tyrol myself, and it is important to stress that you don't have to be from Vienna to be successful as a startup. Startups from Vorarlberg, Tyrol and Upper Austria will lead the Austrian startup scene. I am convinced that you will be successful. I wish you all the best and a happy startup business.
Yeah, at this point, also a big thank you to our other sponsors. We got supported by A1. You will meet Patrick later in the jury. We get supported by the Wirtschaftskammer Austria, their Gründerservices, and also their Außenwirtschaftscenter, who will also play a big part later when organizing the journey, the final journey for the winner, also to the finale of the Startup World Cup in November. We get supported by the Vienna Business Agency. We will also hear later more about the Vienna Up and also when the finale takes place. And we also get supported by Masters, and they are your partner when it comes to everything around Texas. And well, I think the official welcome words are also now over, and we can come to today's agenda. We will start with an overview about the ecosystems, what's going on in Tyrol, Vorarlberg and Upper Austria when it comes to startups. And then we will go into the pitches of the 4 different categories. Every time the startup has 4 minutes time to pitch, and we will have our dear jury who will also get introduced later asking a question. After this, there's half an hour time to connect to the startups, to meet them in the booths, and at the end of this evening, we will also announce the winner, and there is also plenty of time then still to network. So I would say let's go right into the deep dive of the different ecosystems, and I welcome Hannah on stage.
Warm welcome from my side. I'm Hannah, and I hear myself double. Okay, now it works. I'm Hannah. I'm Managing Director of Austrian Startups, and I'm very happy to welcome you here. Now I don't hear myself double anymore. Thank you very much. I'm super happy to moderate this panel discussion today. We are Austrian Startups, a non-profit organization that supports innovative entrepreneurship all over the country. And we actually have representatives in every state. And 3 of them I have with me today. And I'm very happy to introduce them to you. And I would like to start with Julia Grahammer. She is our local representative from Vorarlberg. And Julia, would you like to quickly introduce yourself and maybe tell us one thing that is special about your startup ecosystem in Vorarlberg?
Thank you, Hannah, and welcome to everyone, or hello to everyone. I'm really happy being here today. As Hannah has already told, I'm the local representative of the Austrian Startups, and I'm as well Managing Director of the initiative Startup Land Vorarlberg, which is the local initiative in Vorarlberg. With Startup Land, we are the platform, the network for startups in Vorarlberg and building up the ecosystem there. And I would say, especially in the ecosystem Vorarlberg, are the really short ways, meaning the strongness of the network. So really short ways within the ecosystem to experts, other companies, strategic partners, other startup founders, support organizations, and many more, which makes it possible to quickly get in direct contact.
Thank you very much, Julia. Next up, we have Lisa Spöck, our local representative from Tyrol. And Lisa, would you also quickly tell us a little bit about you and what's special about your ecosystem?
Sure. Thank you, Hannah. I'm happy to do so. So welcome also from my side. I'm happy to be here as well. I'm Lisa Spöck, responsible for startups, for the startup ecosystem here in Tyrol. As local representative of Austrian startups, but also as a function in the Standortagentur Tirol, the regional development agency. And what I would say is also special about the ecosystem in Tyrol here is maybe it's something that have these small ecosystems in common, because it's a bit similar to what we have heard from Vorarlberg, is of course the connection and the community we are having here. We are having several institutions that's supporting startups, and all the institutions partner up and create a community together for the startups. It's called Startup Tirol, and this says that we're all working together, supporting startups as good as we can from the very early stage to a later stage. So the platform of the community Startup Tirol is what I would say is the very unique thing we're having here in Tyrol.
Beautiful. Last but not least, we have Florian Krennmeier, who is the local representative of Upper Austria. Florian, welcome on stage. What's special about Upper Austria?
Thank you, Hannah, and also hi from my side. What's special about Upper Austria is the high density of partnerships with public and private institutions, and also the innovation spot of the tobacco fabric of the old building, where all the innovation and startups take place, and have all the ecosystems there.
Great. amazing to have you all on stage. Just a shout out to the audience. This should be an interactive session. So please write all of your burning questions into the chat. I will come back to them, that's for sure. But to kick off with our discussion, I would love to hear from Lisa. Is there any specific strength, maybe an industry where Tyrol is especially strong in?
Mm-hmm. When we have a look at the startups we're having here, there are around 200. That means 7 to 8% of the percentage of all Austrian startups are in Tyrol. And when you had a look at the industries we're having here, we have to say they're quite diverse. There's tourism, there's life science, there's consumer goods, so there are different industries. But there is one topic that we're actually focused on since a few years, and it's Alpine technologies, as it kind of fits to our region, and as we recognize that for startups and startups on the way, that they are quite interested in having connections here to established companies and to get support, especially when they are in the Alpine tech industry. And therefore, we set a focus there, created an innovation hub, and try to support startups, especially in this field. This means these are startups from tourism, but also mobility, security, infrastructure, and so on. These are Alpine tech startups, and this is a special focus we're having here.
Super interesting. Is there any specific time when it's best to come to Tyrol, or if you're an Alpine startup, for example? Is there maybe an event?
Yeah, of course, I would say for all the Demo days, when there's the Demo day of the Alpine Tech Accelerator, it's normally around November, December. There are other Demo days for the support programs, which are all over the year. That means, of course, there's always a good time to come to Tyrol, I would say. And I would also like to highlight an event that unfortunately cannot take place this year, but is always a nice community event to get up to the mountains and connect with entrepreneurial minds. And it's Kinnovation, and we are very happy to invite you to the next year's edition, which will hopefully take place in March next year.
Yes, I can also very much recommend that if you want to combine skiing and pitching, it's a cool experience. Maybe going on to Julia, what is the biggest challenge that founders in your region are facing? Can you tell us a little bit more, maybe also about the struggles, and where can those founders then go to in order to solve their struggles?
But first, I would say doing the first step in a startup always is a challenge, but that's of course not only a regional thing. I just pick one maybe example, but it's like a cultural thing a bit. In earlier days in Vorarlberg, it was always like working, building up your own home, and not just starting up and trying something out. But of course, luckily, that has changed a lot, and we have also worked on that a lot in the last 3 years. And I'd say also Corona has been an accelerator for digitalization and for innovative projects. So founding your startup now is more socially recognized, and it's getting better and better. Of course, it's also a fun fact to tell of the cultural thing, but you can say that because that sentence of working, it was always like that in the old days, and yeah, that's changing now, and that's good the way it is. And yeah.
Yeah, I think this is something that we face all over Austria.
Sure.
If you guys have any questions, please feel free to write them in the chat. Also, there's the possibility to introduce yourself in the chat, so make use of it, get to know the other people that are in the room, because we know in especially those virtual times, it's not so easy. So just a shout out here to the audience. Before we go on with Florian. Florian, is there something, a unique strength about the Upper Austrian ecosystem, or maybe also can you tell us a little bit about the funding landscape in Upper Austria? Because I think many startups that are here today would be super interested to learn more about this topic.
Yeah, the ecosystem in Upper Austria is strengthened around a platform called Hubert, which is the platform for all publicly funded companies and initiatives. And also there's the privately funded tobacco fabric, the Startup 300 has the space, which helps funding startups in the early stages. And also we have a lot of initiatives like the Upper Austrian High-Tech Fund, which is investing into high-tech startups. We have Tech2B, which is helping startups to grow and mentoring them. So there are a lot of initiatives that help startups funding them in Upper Austria.
Is there also a special industry focus in Upper Austria, or is it more diverse?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know the first in Upper Austria, which is quite famous, but we have also a lot of other industries, and we have also B2B focus in Upper Austria. So this a really good strength in Upper Austria to connect to the industry, to find partners, to also get the first customers in the B2B sector. So this is a strength in Upper Austria, the high density of industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there maybe any one of you who wants to pick it up? Is there a moonshot that you have for your ecosystem, like anything that you would really wish for your ecosystem to happen?
I would say it's awesome when you have corporates in a region that actually take up the startup spirit and are convinced of how valuable startups are, and that they want to work together with them. I think that's something really valuable when corporates connect with startups. And the other thing Florian also mentioned is if you're having funds that further support startups, as we're having quite good public funding in the beginning, but also for later stages if there is funding. So these would be and are quite valuable things that could help the regions, including Tyrol. Yeah.
I see that sorry.
I can add something for Upper Austria. Moonshot in Upper Austria is to have a big festival which supports startups and bring up all the stages for different kind of projects in this kind of section.
Absolutely. I think every state could use a festival. First of all, to celebrate the startup community and also to manage to get us all together. The final of the Startup World Cup will take part in the Vienna Up. So I hope all of you will at least be part of this, but I think we need more of the community events. I'm seeing in the chat that there are a couple of people who are introducing themselves. There was one saying he's an investor especially interested in impact startups. Is there any initiative in one of your ecosystems that's focusing especially on impact startups?
Who should answer?
Yeah. Anyone that feels or that has an initiative that is focused on impact startups?
Florian, Julia, may I step in again? Is it okay for you? Just because, we are having a very interesting initiative. It's called Set Up Social Entrepreneurship Tyrol. And they're focusing on supporting startups, especially creating awareness and also supporting startups with a certain impact focus. And they're also consultants in our Startup Tyrol network that have a focus on impact and purpose, because with the idea behind that especially valuable startups have a look at this from the very beginning. So coaching starts, every coaching in future in Tyrol should start also with have a look at the purpose and the impact of the startup.
In Upper Austria, we are connecting with the Social Impact Award from Vienna. So we are trying to have this connection throughout the whole or different states.
Social Impact Award is also... Sorry, just one word to it, because maybe not everybody knows the Social Impact Award. This is an initiative focusing really on early stage startup ideas that you have in an impactful space, so you can apply and then get kind of through an incubator program, also get some prize money and get some support in your first steps as an entrepreneur. But Julia, you wanted to say something?
No, it's fine as well. We also have already worked together with the Social Impact Awards and the initiatives there to create workshops, so the startups are supported. Of course, it's not a special initiative, but they are supported within the entire network, of course.
And there's one more great initiative. It's called Circle 17 from Austrian Startups. It's open for anyone. Tomorrow there will actually be the matchmaking day, which will take place the whole day, focusing on bringing together investors, startups, and corporates in order to achieve solutions for the SDGs. So make sure you check it out and be part of it as well. Well, we're already getting to the end of the session. Let me quickly summarize what we heard. So in Tyrol, there is a focus on alpine solutions. If you want to actually focus on a startup idea in this area, you should definitely check out the demo days that Tyrol is offering, as well as ski innovation, not only for startups focusing on the alpine sector, but everyone. On the other side, we had Upper Austria with us today. Here, one big point of contact is the Tabakfabrik. Startup 300 is based there. There are also many different initiatives in order to bring together the ecosystem, but what is really a moonshot is to have a big startup festival. So let's make sure we are working towards this vision. And we had Vorarlberg with us, with Julia here also. Julia is bringing together the startup ecosystem with many different initiatives. She's not only startup representative of Austrian startups, but also of Startup Land Vorarlberg. There are different industries that are strong in Vorarlberg. And Julia, did I ask you for a moonshot actually?
I'm not sure, but I can, well, the others have already said some very good ideas. I can maybe add there that the startup ecosystem should be as well recognized, well, within Austria, but as well internationally as the industry, the hidden champions are now. So that's the industry, the big industry that are startups, so that they get on the same level. I would say that could be a good moonshot.
Awesome, I agree. Bringing us all tighter together, all on the same level. This is a beautiful moonshot. I'm really happy to have you all in the Austrian startup team. If you are a startup located in one of these states, make sure you reach out to them. They are here for you. Also, after the session, there will be the networking where you also can meet the Gründer services from the WKO more closely, who are also supporting within their states. So you see that there's actually quite a lot of support in every state that's being offered. You just have to find them sometimes. And thank you, all of you, for being part today of our panel discussion. I'm now very excited to hear the startup pitches. So I would now say goodbye from my side. I'm very much looking forward to the rest and see you in the networking.
So, welcome back from my side. I think it was really interesting to hear about the different startup hubs, and also as an investor, I would always encourage you to look at different hubs, especially if you look for startups of different verticals, because I think, there can be easily some really champions missed out. And well, we're getting closer to the startups presenting themselves. And well, if we talk about the competition, we finally also have to select winners. And to select those winners, well, we need a jury. And I'm really happy to be here together with 4 amazing jury members. I'm saying hi first to Selma Prodanovic. She is a board member of the Austrian Angel Investors Association. And yeah, hi Selma.
Hi Laura, it's a great pleasure to be here today, and I'm really looking forward to hear the startups and to see what they can do and to promote the best in the country. I am the co-founder of the Austrian Angel Investors Association, board member, and also vice president of the European Business Angel Network, with that having an European here with you today. So looking forward.
Happy to have you, Selma, and thanks for your support always. Next, we're having Michael Ionita. He's board member of Austrian Startup. Hi, Michael.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, Laura, for introducing. Well, yes, what Selma said, basically. So I'm here to make sure the best one wins. So make sure to use all of my technical knowledge and my founder knowledge, which is my background. I started a few companies. I'm also part of Austrian Startups, like you said. And now I'm starting another company, which is still a bit stealth. So keep an eye on it. And yeah, and I'm doing a bit of YouTube on no code. So this is my knowledge. I will use it to the best I can to give the right rating for the startups. And so make sure you're including in your pitches, if you're listening, how much money you will make.
That's a really important hint. Thanks, Michael. And as a jury member, I can welcome Audrey Handem. She's analyst at Speed Invest. Hi, Audrey. Happy to have you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm super excited to be part of this jury to select the best startup. And yeah, I work at Speed Invest, as you just said. And yes, very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. I'm happy to hear more about you also later. And last but not least, I am welcoming Patrick Pirschecker. He's Innovation Manager at A1.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Laura, for the warm welcome. I'm super excited to be here, like my fellow jury members. We're eager to select the best startups. We saw that there are really good candidates for today. I'm here today representing A1. We're supporting seed and early stage startups with the A1 Startup Campus, and I'm very much looking forward to the competition.
Well, thank you all for introducing yourself. And I just want to say, yeah, before we start, I want to say a few more words, what's going on and how we actually are doing this. We have defined 4 different categories where we will search startups. We will start with digital health and biotech, followed by security and big data. As the third category, we have social and climate impact. And last but not least, we have future of work and edutech. And we have selected those categories on purpose. They are, in our opinion, especially important post-COVID. And that's also why we especially search startups who are active in this space. And yeah, every startup basically has 4-minute time to present themselves. We will have a timer, so there is no way to pitch longer. And then we will always have one question from one of the jury members. So also to the jury, your question have to be super exciting because there is just one. So I think that's also maybe a little challenge for us today. And yeah, the winner, we will then finalize 4 winners, 1 winner in every category, and they will get their ticket to the Startup World Cup finale, where they will then compete in front of the other winners of the other 2 pre-selection events. And we will then have 4 category winner, like overall winner, and 1 winner, a lot of winnings today, and 1 winner who will then also fly to the international finale and also to the European finale, and he will win a whole journey filled with business contacts, filled with everything you basically need to consider starting off in the US, or in the best case also getting out there and already start also start a business in the US. And yeah, but this is then just happening in May, and we will focus today on the first 4 winners. And I would say, yeah, I hope the first startup is already ready, because we will start right into now. I will welcome on stage Forked In.
So, hi, I don't know if you can already see me, because I can see you, but let's start. Let's remember the time before the corona pandemic, when there were still great parties, concerts and festivals. We all know the beeping sound we only heard when we went to bed after excessive partying with loud music. It sounded something like this. And after a good night's sleep, this sound usually disappeared again. If the sound has disappeared again, you're one of the lucky ones. But there are many, many others who are affected by a disease called tinnitus. Many, many others. We are talking more precisely about 15% of the world's population. 15%. In Europe and the USA alone, there are 150 million people who suffer from tinnitus. And this number is increasing rapidly because science estimates a 5-year prevalence of 1.4%. This means a doubling of the number of tinnitus patients by 2050, which is the translated figure of 300 million people in Europe and the USA. But what is the situation in Europe right now? Right now, tinnitus is so unendurable for 5 million people that they seek medical help. But here, we are not only talking about an annoying sound, we are talking about many, many side effects of tinnitus. Those side effects could be problems of concentration, sleep disorder, anxiety, panic attacks, and in the worst case, suicide. A recent study from 2019 says that there's practically no treatment form for tinnitus so far and that actually helps. The only therapy is cognitive behavioral therapy, which does not reduce tinnitus at all, but offers coping strategies, costs a lot, and takes a lot of time. Other therapies so far are only little or not at all recommended, or even recommended against. However, everything is tried without success. We offer you a new approach, the solution, FORKTIN. FORKTIN is a non-invasive stainless steel hoop, which is a blend of findings from brain research, psychology, ENT, physiotherapy, and osteopathy. It stimulates 3 effective areas around the ear and is worn like a clamp behind the ear during the day. FORKTIN works without sound, without electricity, without magnetism, without chemicals, and without magic. Just with pressure stimulation. FORKTIN is a CE certified medical device, patented, has a legal name protection. Currently, 2 clinical studies are being conducted. First results are already available, and by the end of the year, we will publish the final results. We are proud of a strong internal and external team. The external team consists of an advisory board with scientists from tinnitus research. Likewise, we can demonstrate an infinite scalability in the manufacturing of the FORKTIN, as we are supported by the world's largest additive manufacturing producer. But in the end, it's always about people. Our goal is to help tinnitus sufferers to forget their tinnitus. We want to help them to experience silence again. Just like the inventor Klaus Grüber. Just ask him. FORKTIN. Experience silence.
You're on mute, Laura.
Sorry to everybody who couldn't hear me, I was on mute. Well, now it's the time for the first question. Who of the jury member wants to take it?
Well, then can I go then in that case? Laura?
Yeah, Michael will go first.
Okay, you remember when I said, how will you make money before? So how will you make money, okay? So what does it cost to produce it, and how much does it cost to buy this thing as a customer?
it cost 599 euros, and the producing costs are 12 to 15% from the selling price.
Okay, 12%. Okay, so okay, understand. So you have a margin of what, 75 or what?
55%.
85, whatever, yeah. Okay, cool, thank you.
Thank you.
And when it comes to outdoor sport, it also comes to security. And well, our second category is security and big data. And I'm really welcome the third startup on stage for today, which is AMB Technology.
Hi everyone. I just started to share my screen. So, hi everyone, I'm Anna Maria, founder and CEO of AMB Technology, and we do human-centric AI. Like you, we believe that products and industries should be built around people for our efficiency and our safety. That's why we create a cognitive platform for detection, reconstruction, and detection, reconstruction, and measurement of human bodies via computer vision and data science. And from there, we spin off mass scan applications that run via any camera, be it smartphone cam, webcam, security cam, or industry cam. We create the first ever global database of up-to-date and diverse body measurements, and therefore reconstruct physical, real body avatars. There's currently a pain in many industries that we are talking to, and it's that they are not able to make their products digital around the human body. And we are currently kicking off POCs in the industries with partners in the industries of working safety 4.0, fashion, and the avatar business. In working safety, we get rid of the expensive security fence and enable a truly collaborative working environment between machine and human via perceiving camera systems. In fashion, we help our industry partners to take sizing into their hands from sketch to shelf, which basically means we help them with predictive scan sizing data for product development and at the point of transaction with their end consumer to avoid returns and false productions. In the avatar business, we help exactly you to be your own diverse, beautiful outer you in the future virtual realities, like for instance, a Facebook Horizon or Second Life virtual reality will be. And this is the young but already big market we're tapping in. It's the body measuring, reconstructing, and tracking market, which also thanks to Corona is really growing a lot. And in there, we are technology enablers, which means we really believe in networks. That's why we license our IP, we sell our data, and we go into joint ventures with our technology partners. We are moving fast. We were founded in May 2019, welcomed the extended co-founders in 2020, are proud members of international incubators, won big awards, have huge funds, and have amazing technology partners on our side. We are kickstarting the first prototypes, the first POCs also now this year in the area of fashion and data, of collaborative working environment, and with mask detection and distance detection. And well, this is us, a stellar team of international researchers, software engineers in the area of computer vision, data science, and machine learning, with amazing mentors on our side. And in the end, it's only on me to say that I'm happy to achieve more together anytime. So please come to the booth here and hop in and visit me or reach out anytime via email or on our social media channels. Thank you.
I'll go with it.
I am Technologies.
Thanks a lot. It was a great presentation. It sounds very good. And I would like to know more about the competition. This is not new in terms of the measurement, and there has been a lot of other companies that are in this field. How do you see the competition, and in which way are you unique? Or do you think, obviously, I mean, congratulations on all the cooperations that you have, but still we would like to know more about your competition.
Sure, that's a very valid question that comes up every time. So I'm really happy to answer it. So the competition, you can see it in the diverse, in the industries, right? So you, for instance, now talked about the fashion industry. In fashion, we have competition that is trying to get into the market. There is a lot of problem about the technology. So they are working in approximation technology or hardware technology, which we do not. So we are way more cost efficient than any hardware. And we do not approximate via our mobile phones, but we really detect, reconstruct, and measure. So there's a technological difference that helps us to really conquer technology and deliver sizing data, which means measurements data. So there's an IP difference really in there that we pour all of our funding and research money into, and it pays out. We have the POCs we are kicking off are with companies that I cannot disclose, I'm sorry, but they tried to work with some companies that you might have in your mind regarding competition in fashion, and it just simply did not work. And there I want to point then to the higher level competition that's out there. So when we think of the cognitive platform of detecting, reconstructing, and measuring human bodies, and that's really also one of our USPs, that we go to this higher level, to not see one industry, but a cognitive platform. And there is a big and great competition in China. They're called MEGV, for instance, and they are the leaders in this area in China. They have $1 billion estimation and doing great stuff. But, and this is very important, I would say we are the European version of them that want to achieve privacy of the data, that want to achieve that our technology is really used for the better.
Thank you so much. I think it was a really great answer to the question. I hope, Selma, you're satisfied with it. Otherwise, let us know now.
Yeah, let us know.
No response coming. So we're going over to the fourth startup for today, which is Nusado. Welcome on stage.
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so presentation, one moment. It is working. Hi, I'm David, and 10 years ago I founded an Austrian publishing house. So I came into the media industry and saw the troubles of newspapers. It's a huge industry facing huge challenges in digitalization, and to be honest, doesn't have as many ideas to keep the past performance. Do you know why they are under pressure? I think you do. Because game changers have come into the market. Google, Facebook, they've taken over the ad market based on big data, and they can regulate the traffic on the publishers' websites. And what are the publishers doing? They still work on solutions, how they want the users to consume their news. In the meanwhile, Google and Facebook do it the other way around. So they focus on the users, just thinking about how the users want to consume news. The politics and the publishers are concerned, so they try to fight back with regulations, but that will never be the solution. There's just one chance, and that is to offer users the best possible user experience within a common system, all the publishers together. And that's exactly what we worked on the last 3 years, crafting a European news ecosystem for industry, a device-independent news service, self-learning on the user's interests with verified sources only, no fake news, no bubble, bringing together content from traditional media and social media, and based on data. It's self-developed together with well-known research partners, and it's fully scalable. We're collecting the content from all the integrated sources and extract automatically all the information out of the articles. Our user bot understands the context, so he's matching the right articles to the right users. As a user, you choose your favorite sources, and then the personalized timeline is learning from every single interaction. One important feature is that there are personalized notifications for new articles that are really important to you. And there is our new core feature coming in April, our topics. You can create and follow your favorite and most emotional topics. You're getting everything from traditional media and social media. Maybe it's your favorite football club or Formula One, or it's Donald Trump. So it's really on you. We want our users to love our product. So that's the basis for the whole monetization. We are working at the moment on a vertical for the Austrian markets that can be easily scaled to other countries. Within our topic feature, we will launch 2,095 local digital newspapers for Austria, 2,095 hyperlocal topics that include the geotagged news of the traditional newspapers of every local community. And they include the content from social media of local official groups and pages like the local fire brigade, the local football club, or from the mayor. These topics can be made official from the local community, so they pay a monthly fee for it and can interact with the users. That works also for companies or other organizations. But it's just one part of the monetization. There's also our source shop where you can subscribe to premium sources or flat rates within our freemium model. And there is data, detailed, collaborated user data that we can monetize with ads. Newzero shares revenues with the publishers. Our mission is to bring back the independency and save the diversity of the news industry. The exit scenario is to hand over the project one day to a big consortium of publishers. We are a team of 15 highly motivated newsreaders, and we want to change an entire industry. I know that's ambitious, but we have a lot of supporters and some passionate investors, and we won many international prizes for our core technology. End of this year, we want to raise a Series A round to have more power for scaling in Europe. We love Google, we love Facebook, and we love the diversity of the publishing industry. And we're bringing them together in a system that works for the publishers. So you're free to join us, definitely as a user, and maybe as an investor.
Thank you so much, Newzero, for the pitch. I'm looking forward for you to disrupt the newspaper sector. And yeah, we're having Audrey now asking her question.
So first, I'd like to thank you and say this was a great presentation. I think my first question is mainly around the fact that, I mean, this isn't really something that is new. So in my opinion, my first question is maybe the same as before in terms of the competition and how exactly you intend to distribute this globally in a way.
So news aggregation is not new, that's true, but news aggregators are up to now no solution for the publishers. So that's the big problem of the industry, that the aggregators are taking the time of the users and monetize it by themselves. What the publishers need is a common system together where they can monetize in the same way as other big giants are doing that. So having together this data behind, having this ad system, and attracting the users to spend time within their own system.
Thank you.
That sounds very interesting, but you didn't explain how that will work. So they are happy, those publishers, and yeah.
So they are getting revenues. So revenue share between us and the publishers. So at the moment, they're getting around about 30% of €1 that is spent in ads from the advertiser. In our system, they're getting minimum 60%, we plan that they are getting in the future more, because the plan is that in the end, the publishers should take the lead of this project. So it should be a project of the media industry, of the European publishers.
Thank you. We're coming to the last startup of the category security and big data, which is Node Ventures. Welcome on stage. Hi, Node Ventures. Where are you? We're waiting for you. There they are.
I'm sorry. Cryptocurrencies is here to stay. We all know the hype in the consumer market, but did you know that even corporations have started to invest into cryptocurrencies? Companies like JP Morgan, PayPal, and Tesla moved part of their assets into cryptocurrencies. This is a trend which is unstoppable, but there is still one big problem. Over $7 billion have been stolen from online storages. So you might think offline storage is the solution, like paper wallet printouts, wallet cards, USB sticks, or hard drives. Unfortunately not. $210 billion worth of Bitcoins alone are estimated to be lost because they accidentally ended up into the trash or were lost otherwise. It is the biggest problem in this industry. Node Venture is a unique custody solution for crypto assets. We have developed a patented technology that allows to store cryptocurrencies offline, but make them available 24/7 as if they were online. Offline, but online? Sounds like a contradiction. It really sounds like a contradiction, but we found a way. And we have a patent on it. And the Financial Market Authority has approved us, and we have passed the most scrutinized international security standard, the ISO 27001. It does not stop there. We are far beyond just theory. We already secured 2 paying customers in the financial service industry and 1 paid proof of concept with a leading bank. In a sense, what it is, we offer a B2B2C solution for the financial market industry. They can use our white label all-in-one solution or can integrate our service via API into their system. This means our clients, the banks, can offer safe storage of cryptocurrency to their customers, which is a big market need. How do we charge for it? Very easy. We charge a custody fee depending on the volume and the paper wallet license. Paper wallet means an amount for each wallet or number of clients. Just to be clear, out of 5,900 possible banks, we only consider 1/3. With an average license fee of 50,000 euros per month, this has a revenue potential for our solution of 1.1 billion euros per year in the European Union alone. Additional to this market segment, we can also serve family offices, crypto exchanges, investment funds, and other custody providers. How we were able to build such a unique technology made in Europe with a strong team. I'm proud to present over 150 years experience in software development and over 25 years expertise in blockchain technology and about 60 years professional knowledge in managing a company. Node Venture combines decades of experience with the spirit of innovation and an unstoppable drive for further development. Become part of this revolution and support Node Venture to become the European backbone technology for the safe future of a digital financial world. Thank you.
Laura, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute again, like a beginner mistakes also happening to me. And yeah, who from the jury wants to take the question?
I would like to know more. This sounds very good. I would like to know more about at which stage are you currently? I missed it somehow. Where are you right now? And what, do you already have clients? Are you already on the market? I missed where you are currently.
We have one proof of concept now with one leading bank here, and we start with the proof of concept. Depends on in April or May. And we have two customers in the financial service world, and we start with them with the first one in April and the second one in May. We are in the go-to-market phase stage.
So basically, it really depends on how this corporation now, how working with this one client works. You will then adapt, change, or then see how you will really go to market in terms of the other potential clients.
Yes, with the bank. So the bank we have is a proof of concept, and after this proof of concept, we are talking about a system integration. And with the financial service providers, we already have two that are paying customers.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Laura, you're on mute.
Yeah, we are reaching the end of the second category. And now it's time for a little break, also a little break from our jury to get prepared for the next two categories. And I think it was really exciting so far. And we are back in 5 minutes. Oh, now it's just, I think, 3 minutes already. So I'll see you in 3 minutes, actually. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had an enjoyable 3 minutes break. And now we're coming to something really, really important. This is not just an event which takes time one time. We will have 3 events taking place, and we're doing this event because something bigger will then also take place in May. We're having the Vienna upcoming, which is 2 weeks filled with experience for international investors, with international startups, and of course also a great experience for also startup community. And well, we're getting really excited because there we will host the event called Investors Summit. It's on the 5th of May. And on this day, also the official finale of the Startup World Cup will take place in the afternoon. And Gabi Tatzberger from the Vienna Business Agency will explain you what they are up to with the Vienna Up. And yeah, welcome, Gabi.
A startup is like assembling an orchestra or a band. Let's say there is this amazing violinist, a great percussionist, an exceptional performance artist. If you bring them all together, this is where the magic happens. And that's what we do. My name is Gabriele Katzberger, and I'm the person in charge of Vienna Up 21, the international startup festival taking place in spring 21, bringing together rebels, founders, and innovators. With events spreading across the city like a firework of inspiration.
And we're coming to our 7th startup, which is, which is green. Oh, I hope I'm not wrong in my list now. It's called Green, right? So welcome, Green on stage.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, works perfectly.
Works perfect. Okay, so you see the presentation as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, here we are. Imagine CO2 reduction would save money. Imagine saving 5 billion euros and at the same time 3 million tons of CO2. Or in other words, achieve 25% of Austria's CO2 targets by saving 5 billion euros. I'm Daniel, founder and CEO of Green Sentinel, and what comes now will surprise you because it is certainly not what you expected. But yes, we at Green Sentinel plan and build industrial plants for sewage sludge treatment. Rising disposal cost and a duty to recover resources demand a smart solution for an almost unimaginable amount of sludge every year. In Germany, Austria, and Switzerland alone, there are more than 20,000 sewage treatment plants producing over 2 million tons of sludge each year. Sludge that can be processed into a green energy source using the RSA process developed by Green Sentinel. For Austria alone, this means a potential of plus 1 trillion kilowatt hours of CO2 neutral thermal energy every year. RSR stands for Recovered Sludge Resources because not only is sewage sludge processed from waste into a valuable material, but crucial resources such as phosphorus salts are recovered and pollutants are rendered harmless. Potential savings for Austrian sewage treatment plants, 100 million euros per year. The high cost and strict legal requirement for wastewater treatment plant operators make Green Sentinel's business model internationally scalable because cost reductions, CO2 savings and recycling of fossil resources are not only international terms, but also a focus of international attention. For Austria, 25% less CO2 means a 25% higher chance of saving 4 billion euros in penalties. And for operators, the RSR process means savings of 1 billion euros by the 2030 deadline. Green Sentinel stands for worldwide unique technology, which, unlike the solution of the market competitors, starts directly at the point of origin of the sewage sludge. This means that we are always one step ahead, both economically and ecologically. This combination of ecology and economy makes Green Sentinel's technology unique on the market, because turning sewage sludge into a high-quality product is not only a technological feat, but also the key to green water and waste management. To make all this possible, we see ourselves as a one-stop shop for the sewage sludge business, from RSR treatment plants to product-size sales support for our customer wastewater treatment plants. We cover 100% of the service spectrum. A strong team of young talents and experienced industry experts, as well as internationally operating partners and plant manufacturers, make possible what we have achieved so far. First orders from Austria and Germany with a total volume of almost 5 million euros show the power of our solution, which has only been on the market since the end of last year. Project inquiries from London to Hong Kong whet our appetite for a revolution in the sewage sludge market that has already begun today. Because one thing is certain, the time for our idea has come, the time of Green Sentinel, the time of tomorrow and you.
Thank you. The time of tomorrow sounds completely right, hopefully. And now it's time again for the question. Who wants to take it? Selma will take the question.
Yes, I will go with it. Obviously, you will be. You said you wanted to be a one-stop shop for sludge and the production and the plants. What I would like to know is, how are you going to measure your impact in the future? Obviously, this is very important to you. But yes. How is it something that you are selling, the impact itself, or how is it part of your business?
So the impact is one positive thing we create, but basically we need to be in mind of that disposing sludge costs a lot of money, and this is what we are selling. We are selling plants to save cost, millions and millions per year. And this is the benefit for the customer, as well as, on the other hand, the recycling of crucial resources like phosphorus, where there is a demand in Germany at the beginning of 2023. And the plans for that must be finished till 2030. So that's the deadline I talked about. But basically, you are saving cost by installing RSR plants. And the ROI we calculate with is about 3 to 5 years for such a plant, which has a basic invest of at least 1.5 million euros.
Thank you. We will have again one little question to add from Michael.
Thank you very much. Nice presentation. Congratulations on the awesome numbers that you already mentioned in your already existing success. What I want to understand is, what do you need? So you pitched that, cool, but what do you need now? From us or from anyone watching?
What we need is the wastewater treatment plants and the people outside there to know that we have the solution. I mean, we are on the market, as you already heard and as you're already saying, but people need to know that there is a solution for sewage sludge, and this is what we want to transport to public.
Sounds really exciting. We wish you all the best on the journey. And yeah, well, also take your chance later on to meet Green Sentinel in their booth. And now we are ready at the last startup for the third category. And we in total have 3 more startups to go. And it feels like time passes really fast today. And I'm welcome now on stage Hemtjens. Welcome.
Hello. We have to rethink food. Livestock Cologne claims 80% of agricultural land and causes 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions. But today, eating healthy and eco-friendly is not good enough. People want that food is convenient as well. By that we mean tasty and easy to use.
That's why we use hemp seeds, because hemp seeds are higher in protein than beef and even 5 times higher in essential omega-3 fats than salmon. And even better, they need no pesticides to grow, clean the air and improve the soil. But hemp seeds alone don't sell. That's why we created Parmesan. It's the Parmesan alternative made from hemp seeds. Has a cheesy taste and is chocolate. And we have even many more hemp food and cosmetic experiences. But why we have that big product range, we tell you in a second.
Looking at the market, we combine the two mega trends, health and sustainability, that drive the global hemp boom. In Europe, a growth rate of 40% is expected, reaching 2.9 billion in 2023, and globally, even $38 billion. With groceries and cosmetics, we target about 50% of this market. Generally speaking, in the food market, there are many convenient products making huge success, but they're neither good for the planet or for our bodies. On the other hand, the health and eco niche is growing, but these products are often less convenient. So we manage to largely improve convenience without losing eco and health benefits, because our ambition is to be health and taste leader. But now let's come back to the reason of our big product range.
Yeah, and that's simply because hemp is the superior crop. With one plant, you can produce food, cosmetics, textile, and energy at once. That means each part of the plant is a revenue stream that increases efficiency and profitability at the same time. So it's a win for us, it's a win for the farmer and for nature. So a lot of stuff to win. Looking at our market, we are targeting on the DACH region in retail and in online sales in whole Europe. Our team is made from top athletes. With a World Cup skier, a Europe Cup winner, and an Austrian national champion, we know what it takes to work hard in order to reach a big goal. In 2020, we've already made a revenue of 85K. And if we continue bootstrapping, we expect a growth of 150% per year. Well, even with an investment of at least 100K, we can reach up to 300% growth per year. We are on our mission to make a big impact in the way we eat and perform. Come and be part of our mission.
Thank you so much for your pitch. We unfortunately couldn't see you, but we could hear you really well. So we just heard that hemp is a real all-rounder. And yeah, who of the jury wants to ask and takes the question?
Can you see us now?
I would like to know, you mentioned that you already made 85,000 revenues. What is it what you're selling really at the moment? And how do you see that this 150% scaling that you're mentioning?
So on one hand, we are selling cosmetic products or supplements. And on the other hand, we are having like pasta, hemp seeds. We already have this hemp butter and now launching this hemp parmesan. And we're selling in retail already quite well. So compared to the last quarter, or to the first quarter of the last year, we already have an increase of 300%. So we see that that demand in the market, and 100% is that's really realistic. We target 200%, but we know that we can make that in the next 3 years.
Thank you. We're having one little question also from Audrey to Ed. You're mute.
You would think that after so long I would know to unmute myself. So my main question is in terms of your marketing costs. How much have you spent so far?
That's quite tricky, to be honest. Online market, so for us, online marketing was quite hard. So that's why we started in retail. And there we don't have this strong numbers, because I do this marketing, and I go to the retailers by myself. And I don't know if this then is sales or marketing costs, but we calculated with about 15% of our product cost to be spent in marketing.
Thank you. And yeah, well, we also get already excited for the hemp parmesan, and maybe that's also something we can try then at the finale, which also leads us to the fourth category for today, which is future of work and edutech. Also something which we experienced a huge change in the last year, and I think also a lot of changes are still to come. And we're really happy today to introduce the first startup, which is called Hello Sophia, who will tell us more how the future of work will look and how they will make a change there. Welcome on stage.
Hello. So give me 1 second to share my screen, please. That came surprising. Hello, everyone. My name is Markus. Do you see my presentation well?
Yes,
great.
Works.
Hello, my name is Markus, not Sophia, but I dedicated my life to bring sophisticated advice to all 400 million small and medium-sized enterprises in the whole world with the first micro-advisory platform, a full remote digital business consulting platform. But let me show you why I think that the world needs this. The business complexity today is higher than ever before. But having a whole network of experts to solve and advise on all challenges you have as a company costs a fortune. Because the management consultants industry tells every industry how to transform, but acts themselves as inefficient and analog like they did in the 90s. So I'm sure it's time for change. It's time for micro-advisory. It's time for giving every business in the world a 360-degree access to sophisticated advice, breaking it down in 30-minute sessions. And how did we do it? Consulting platforms normally are made from consultants for consultants to maximize their salary. But I used to be a strategy manager in an international banking group, and that therefore I looked at it from a startup or a company perspective. And therefore we asked 200 businesses what they currently need and where they would need external advice. We collected these answers to 240 micro-advisory services, where we invited experts from all over the world to offer their solutions directly on our marketplace. This is how it looks like. Sophia already translates your type, when you type sustainable, into possible services. For example, reduce carbon dioxide in supply chain. Then you immediately find a sophisticated expert in that field who can help you grow in that field or develop your potential in that field. You can directly book a meeting, and Sophia takes over with scheduling, personalized and secure advisory room. By the way, everything hosted in Europe, even the scheduler, to meet fully online and to have your complete remote advisory experience. If you like an expert, great. Follow them and build up your own expert network on Sophia, where you can always access in 30 minutes advisory sessions if you need more, but also share your network to others. But to be honest, we are not yet there. It's not that easy to platformize the 250 billion US dollar market of consultancy. And we right now did not focus enough on the content because consulting platforms all over the world had never a breakthrough because they are always focusing on consultants and how they describe their expertise, but never how a business needs that expertise. Here's an example. This is what we changed. From I am a consultant in, we changed to I'll advise you on, and this is it for you. This is your growth you get by this. We tackled this big market with a freemium approach. So experts pay when they get paid, and then we'll launch the hubs that are inspired a little bit by the clubs on Clubhouse, which is our growth strategy and our next disruption at the same time to receive subscriptions for flat fee advisory services. This is my favorite feedback from an interview with one of our users. The user is a young entrepreneur having the account at N26, booking external creative services on Fiverr, and talking to lawyers and tax advisors on Sophia. And I asked him, what should we change? He said, like, how else should business advisory work today? This is our team that is ready to bring sophisticated expert advice to every business in the world, because we believe that every business, every of those 400 million SMEs responsible for 60 to 70% of the jobs in the world, deserve their own McKinsey for small SMEs to develop their full potential. Our team is much more diverse than it looks here. As we are a remote company that was born in the lockdown, we have team members from other countries that are not on that picture. We had plenty of supporters along the mission, as we were among the winners of the biggest hackathon in history by the EU Commission. And those helped us to shape the concept of micro-advisory, which is until now completely unique. But with all the changes we make to the industry, one thing will never change. The advisor has to visit the client in their office. So say hello to sophisticated advice, say hello Sophia.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hello Sophia, for your pitch. I think that would be really great to have like kind of a one-stop shop to find all the advisors and consulting we would need as well. And yeah, who of the jury wants to take this question? We have Patrick raising his hand, so let's go.
Thanks a lot. I really liked it how you emphasized the customer. You always seem to have the customer in front of you and thinking of how to really develop a service for the customer, for the user. I think that's a really great approach where also the others can learn from it. My question is, in what kind of areas you would like to focus on? What is like, how should the customer connect Hello Sophia with? What kind of areas of expertise do you want to support your customers with?
As we are an open marketplace and invested a lot in the infrastructure, we can basically match everything. So we are more working on wedging, where we have, for example, 2 professors from the University of Hagenberg supporting us, that you can really, as for example, a telecommunication expert, can offer your services there and can be found perfectly. From a marketing strategy point, we focus on 2 things. So first on the SWAC region, or the DACH region, like we in German say as well. So the German-speaking region, where the consulting revenue is the highest. So there will our marketing efforts go first. And Great Britain, where the acceptance is the highest, and connect those. So divided by borders, connected by technology. And we also want to go are very strong in Africa and Russia with mentoring programs, because we also host mentoring programs on our platform, because this is also a form of consultancy when you get individual mentoring. Those are the markets we are focusing on right now.
Thanks a lot. Great plans ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we're coming already to the last startup for the day, and also the last start in the category Future of Work and EduTech, which is more related to EduTech actually. And it's called Yovis. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And the startup is already also ready to pitch.
Hello and good evening. Can you see my screen?
Yes, everything works.
Yeah, just totally wrong slides, but I don't know what went wrong. So but you can see my presentation. I mean.
I think the presentation is not visible yet, if you hear me. You have to share your screen that we can also see your slides.
I can hear you, and I just tried, but it apparently didn't work out. Yeah. Now. No.
So I guess we need to wait like 2 to 3
yes,
or not.
It's loading. I don't know what happened.
Ready.
I'm reading from BSeen that they are providing the backup slides. Is that correct?
I don't think so actually, but we have the slides anyway, so you can also just go back and switch on your camera and just pitch without your slides, and we will just I will display the jury the slides from my screen. So don't worry, you can just start pitching and I will handle the rest.
Well, that's a bit tough because I don't know on which slide you are then, so I'll try to do that. So good evening everyone, I'm Mario, co-founder of Yovis Education. And for anybody who has done homeschooling over the last couple of months is probably familiar with this picture. It's learning motivation, one of the biggest issues in education. But everybody else who doesn't have children was certainly at school as well and at least one sport or not really motivated to learn. So according to a German study, at the beginning, so when pupils are entering the school, the vast majority is really motivated, but by the age of 13, this percentage drops to only 6%. So basically it's a disaster. So, or to show it with another figure, if you're familiar with the famous education documentary Alphabet from Erwin Weidenhofer, that movie concludes that everybody among us basically was born as highly gifted, but after school is only 2%. So that is why we have basically, to resolve this issue, created a learning app appearing as gaming app, UQuiz. This is a curriculum-based quiz app, but also based on the Octalysis gaming design framework, and comprises major factors such as other successful gamers, avatars, levels, points, coins, and boosters. On the other hand, what we are offering as well is different modes, what is as of today quite unique. So a practice mode, single player mode, duels, multipliers, as well as live tournaments. We have over 10,000 questions from the 4th to 12th grade, all together, also for adults and gamblers, let's put that way, over 12,000. And this should be in the future combining not only pupils, but also the parents and families. So the market is gigantic. The education market reached 6 trillion before Corona, which is about 8 times as big as software, and shall reach respectively 10 trillion in 2030. Only the number of pupils in Europe is 70 million, and the potential for digitization is enormous despite the Corona boost. But we are already at the next level, and this is our next version, which will come out during the summer. So really our strategic goal is to change the learning motivation and to become the Fortnite of learning, as you can see from these screens. We've done a first successful local trial competition, a school competition in the Upper Austrian Almtal, which has been quite successful, and we have received throughout positive feedback, not only because the variation to the daily routine, but also because its motivation factors where pupils and schools could reach prizes, and also the teamwork. So the KPIs have been quite compelling. 2/3 of the schools have participated, 50% active users, 270,000 answered questions, 1,500 hours of learning, and 5 sponsored paid for the prizes, but also we made our first revenues. This will be rolled out now to other regions, and later on also to a multilingual real-time game where people from different countries can play against each other in real time. We are experienced a team of entrepreneurs, and that's why we have been able to pivot our initial gaming or learning platform and during Corona time to a really leading gaming and education app. So we are UVS Education. We bring joy and fun to learning and school competition, and we invite you to join us on an electrifying learning journey.
Thank you so much for your pitch. I hope the jury could at least see a bit the slides I shared, but no worries, I will send you the slides anyway now, also to make the rating and also to get maybe a better overview again what was stated on the slides. But anyway, who is having a question?
We saw the slides, we had the slides also beforehand, so we were able to see them. Thank you very much for the presentation. That was very difficult to be presenting without the slides, so congratulations on that. I would like to know, obviously you have done this one competition, but in terms of, I didn't understand, do you have already sales, or how do you really plan to go out? Will you use competitions as a way to do that, or how do you, what is your market, what is your strategy there?
I said it briefly, but it apparently didn't come out well as it was too short. We are basically offering a freemium model with our app, where basically everything is free, in particular for schools and pupils, because obviously in that manner we are acquiring customers and users on one hand. On the other hand, we are getting companies who are able to sponsor those competitions and getting visibility in schools where usually advertising is not really possible. So with that, we are making our first revenues. Actually, we've done that already, and we are already after that we have modified certain things as well as in the app, as well as in the process of getting in touch with schools. So we are right now having already 20 to 30 schools for the next competition, which will take place after Easter, and with that we are making additional revenues. And just to say that the freemium model says that we offer premium features in the app. With that, people can do different things, as well as a family version, which will probably cost like €6.90 a month, where the entire family can play together and learn together.
picnic session for today, and now it's a time to also to visit the startups in their booth. And for all startups founder out there, or people who want to become startup founder or are also interested about the Go Silicon Valley program, now there is a session starting with the Wirtschaftskammer Außenwirtschaftszentrum and also the Gründerservices. It starts right now, so you can just go to the session section and also take place there and turn on your camera and just ask a question. And for all investors out there, use the opportunity to meet all the startups who have presented today in their booths. You have now 15 minutes of time, and then we will announce the winner. And as I said, after the winner announcement, there is again time to network. You can also use the hop-in networking function if you want to meet somebody also random here. And yeah, you will also have more time later, but for now, that's it. Enjoy it in the meantime, and we are back in 15 minutes, and we are back with the winner for you then. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the winner announcement. We just had a really tough discussion, and that's also why we're a little bit late, because we just couldn't decide, and it was so difficult to decide. And also the jury just had the opportunity to ask one question, which also made it even harder. But finally, we came to a decision, and I also want to talk with my dear jury about it. Like, how was the feeling in general? Were you surprised about the startups? Were there like new startups you haven't seen or thought before? How was your feeling about the event also in general?
I would like to congratulate everybody. It is so difficult. We are more than aware how difficult it is to pitch in these conditions, and really congratulations. It is also, as you said, Laura, it was an issue that we just had time for one question. And it's very difficult because every presentation is different and of course can be improved. And there are so many questions we could ask and would like to know, but it was amazing and thanks a lot. And we really had a difficult discussion right now to decide who is the winner of each category. We are all very passionate about helping entrepreneurs and helping startups and founders to succeed. So it's difficult to say, you know, what one wins, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe Patrick, do you want to add? How was your feeling? How was it for you to make a decision?
Yeah, I mean, it was very tough. As Selma said, the pitches were all great. Yeah, a lot of cool ideas, a lot of really good founding teams. So it was great for me to see that passion and to see that focus on the customer. Yeah, and then some tough discussions. So it was the first session also for the jury. Yeah, and we are really looking forward to the next sessions. And yeah, it was a challenge also for us.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe also Audrey, from your side, how was it also through the eyes of the VC analyst, and how was your feeling in general?
So no, in general, so I'm repeating this again, but making this decision was very hard. We were very impressed by every single pitches. The businesses that you've developed were amazing. So yeah, so we are very grateful for you guys to have taken the time today to present here at the Startup World Cup.
Thank you. I'm giving the word to Michael. How was your perception?
Yeah, it was great, and it was really challenging also with the technical challenges to have the two founders, when there were two of them, to bring them in and then bring both and then back to the other one. So yeah, it was, and we tried to ignore any kind of technical difficulties. And again, want to mention, we did have the pitch decks in the background, so we did read them as well. So it's fine if we didn't see your pitch deck, you're fine. Okay, we looked at it anyway. And it was a very interesting discussion then in the background, behind the scenes, to figure out who should win each category. But we did manage. We did have some discussions about, let's take this one or that one because of good arguments, but we will see who wins. And I'm happy that I'm part of this. And yeah, let's see who made it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And on this point, I also have to point out that you are all winners. You already got pre-selected for the first pre-event, and you're already on stage, and you already have the opportunity today to meet investors, meet potential business partners, other startups where you have correlations and synergy with. So please also consider, in case you're not winning today, you're already a winner. It's just maybe a higher level of winning today, if I can say it like that. And we're already coming to the winner announcement. Each of the jury members will announce a winner in one category, and we will starting with digital. Yeah, we were starting with digital health and biotech. And Michael, please tell us who won this category.
Okay, so I will make it. I will make it like in the movies, you know. So I have an envelope, and in the envelope it says Mr. Winner. Yes, and so the winner is 14. Yay! And the reason why we chose 14 is because we think that it really has an impact on human life, and that's great. We love that. And at least 5 million people are affected by really strong tinnitus. And if this company can help eliminate their pain, then this is absolutely worth it. We think that the technology is awesome. Maybe it's a bit expensive. I'm not an expert, but it's a great thing that we want to push forward. So congratulations to 14.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were like the winning. Maybe they have to prepare their winner speech for the next time. But I think the startup is really, really happy to be part of the finals on the 5th of May. And we're coming to the second category, and where we have security and big data. Please, Patrick, tell us who's the winner.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an envelope here, as it's not the Oscar show, but I have it written down here, and I can reveal some secrets maybe from the jury discussions that this was the toughest category. Really good startup, so it was really a head-to-head, to be honest. And we already had some really big news this week. We have the first Austrian unicorn in the crypto area. And we also think that Node Ventures can provide a part for that. And there's a really large addressable market. And therefore, I'm happy to announce the winner of the category, Node Ventures. Congrats. Unfortunately, we cannot hear the guys now, yeah? They seem to be happy.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Oh my God, do you see them in the live stream? They are going nuts.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Yeah.
This is so cool.
Wow, we're having like real emotion on a digital event. So I think all the other winners also presenting themselves as hard as Node Ventures just did. And we're already going to the third category, which is social and climate impact. Please, Selma, tell us who you're gonna make as happy today.
This is really awesome. We had a very long discussion here, and very different arguments for each of the startups that pitched, and each of them is really has a good story behind, and we could not totally agree which one and how, but at the end of the day, after a long discussion, we have chosen that Cape is the winner startup. With a great team and a fantastic passion, which is really important also for the pitching. And we hope that the technology behind it is not only for skateboards, but can be used further. And we're looking forward to hear more about that. Congratulations.
Wow, thanks a lot. Thank you. And congrats to all the others.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We hope the technology really works.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it will.
It does.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really happy to meet you all at the finals on the 5th of May, and you're also really welcome to bring your products. So we will test them out for sure also then. And yeah, last but not least, we're having Future of Work and EduTech. Please, Audrey, go ahead and tell us who's the winner there.
So for this final category, so again, we had quite an extensive discussion about it. In the end, we really had to lay out very much every aspect of the businesses, and we felt that Hello Sophia was the one that would take the winning seat in this one. We felt that they had the right team for this space, a clear go-to-market and business model. Congratulations.
Thank you a lot. Thanks. Yeah, great honor. Thanks a lot. And I hope you can help spreading the news and the vision of micro advisory to give access to sophisticated advice to every business in the world.
So thank you so much. And also on this point, thank you again for sure. It was really hard work to like listen for like nearly 2.5 hours to all the amazing startups and also to make the decision. And that's just the first event. We're doing this 2 more times, and then we're also having the finals coming up. But that's something we will also see each other in person. So I definitely think we will also have some fun there. And well, so we're already at the end of the first pre-event. We got 4 amazing winners out there, and I'm getting really excited. Also next week, already on Tuesday, the next pre-event is coming up. We will see the best startups there from, I'm hopefully not saying it wrong, from Kärnten, Salzburg, and from Steiermark. And yeah, now, as I also mentioned before, there's still time to go to the startups, meet them in the booths, congratulate the winners also in the booths, go still have a look at the session about Gründerservices and also the Außenwirtschaftszentrum, the Go Silicon Valley program. And I guess we will see each other back next Tuesday. Enjoy your evening. It was really a pleasure to host this event, and you were really an amazing audience. And I wish you a nice rest of the evening. Enjoy and bye.
you.